The past 24 hours have been marked by significant global events, most notably a devastating earthquake in Myanmar that has claimed over 1,600 lives and triggered a large-scale international humanitarian response. In India, national attention has been drawn to a tragic train derailment in Odisha and a political controversy surrounding a recently released Malayalam film. Developments in the business and finance sectors include the U.S. seeking egg imports from Europe and China, making a strong push for foreign investment. Reports indicate that the number of fatalities has tragically exceeded 1,600, with countless individuals still feared to be buried under the rubble. The scale of the disaster is immense, with the smell of decaying bodies reportedly permeating the air in Mandalay, the country's second-largest city, as desperate efforts to manually clear debris continue in the hope of finding survivors. This catastrophe underscores the region's susceptibility to seismic activity and the critical need for robust disaster preparedness and response mechanisms. The immediate aftermath has seen an outpouring of international assistance, with medical supplies being urgently required to treat the injured and prevent the spread of disease. Nations like China have already dispatched rescue teams to aid in the search and recovery operations, and the United States has also pledged its support to the relief efforts in the quake-stricken region. 1. This international collaboration highlights the global community's role in providing humanitarian aid during times of crisis, especially when the scale of the disaster overwhelms local resources. Adding to the challenges, aftershocks have been reported in the affected areas, causing further panic among the already traumatized population and complicating the already arduous task of rescue and relief. 2. The ongoing seismic activity not only poses additional risks to those trapped, but also creates a climate of fear that can hinder the delivery of essential aid and the coordination of recovery efforts. Tensions in the Middle East remain elevated, with a notable incident involving an Israeli airstrike on Beirut, the first such action since the cessation of hostilities in the latest conflict between Israel and Hezbollah. 1. This development marks a potential setback for the fragile ceasefire that had been in place and raises concerns about a renewed escalation of violence in the region. In response to the Israeli action, Hezbollah has issued a stern warning, stating that it will not hesitate to retaliate if Israel continues its attacks on Lebanese territory. The specifics of Hezbollah's potential response were not immediately clear, but the threat of action underscores the volatile nature of the situation and the risk of a broader conflict engulfing the region. Separately, the United States has intensified its campaign of airstrikes against Houthi rebels in Yemen. 1. Overnight bombings attributed to the U.S. have reportedly resulted in at least one fatality, according to Houthi sources. This renewed and more intense U.S. military action suggests a continued commitment to countering the Houthi presence in Yemen, likely driven by strategic considerations related to regional stability and the ongoing conflict within the country. Meanwhile, in the Gaza Strip, Palestinians mark the Muslim holiday of Eid al-Fitr with a profound sense of sadness, as dwindling food supplies and the ongoing conflict cast a shadow over the celebration. The dire humanitarian situation in Gaza, exacerbated by continued hostilities and restrictions on the entry of essential goods, highlights the urgent need for a lasting resolution to the conflict and unimpeded access to humanitarian aid for the affected population. In the realm of international politics, Turkey has made headlines with the arrest of a Swedish journalist over alleged connections to a pro-Kurdish group, which Ankara considers a terrorist organization. This action comes at a sensitive time in relations between the two countries, particularly in the context of Sweden's application to join NATO, which has faced objections from Turkey.